Hello viewers, myself Kaushik. Today we are going to discuss about a topic, why engineers are not industry ready. This particular statement, engineers are not industry ready, is heard from past 5 years. So I have just looked into the reasons why the today's engineers are not industry ready. This is like out of experience, my own personal experience. I have seen my friends, I have seen my juniors, I have seen my students. Out of this I made these points. Now let's have this question. Why did you join engineering? Whenever I do counseling, or if I counsel myself when I was in engineering, so whenever I see this question like why did you join engineering, there are reasons for it. Actual reason is actually different, but these are the reasons why we are joining in engineering. The first one is your cousins or your friends have joined engineering, that is why you are joining. This is what the common statement which people will tell you why you have joined engineering when we ask open question. Then the second reason is software jobs and working in abroad. What engineering has become is like you take electrical, you take electronics and communication, you take mechanical, civil, or you take any stream of engineering, all of them are joining in software. And people who have joined software after 2 or 3 years, they get a chance to work in abroad, and that is not true for all the engineers who are working in software companies. Okay, some engineers who are good at software designing or developing or testing, they got promoted to abroad to develop the things. Not all engineers are going to abroad to work for particular software company. So many engineers are in some other fields. Okay, so this is what the stigma in the people's mind, that if you do software job you get good salary and you go abroad and you work there for some years and you come back and you do something. But that is not true for all the cases. There is one more thing which is there in people's mind, that software jobs and working in abroad will be coming to you when you join engineering. And then there is family and parents pressure. This is ultimately because of the above step. And then inspired from movies. There are some beautiful movies which are made out of engineering colleges, or which are made on engineering life. And movies are movies, they are not real life. When you come to real life, you'll understand, and so many people have understood. The past generation is same, they have gone into this point, like inspired from movies. And then the common statement is we don't know what to do, that is why we have joined. Why? Because there are so many colleges and there are so many seats available in so many colleges, that is why we have joined. We don't know what to do, so that is why we have joined engineering. And then there is fee reimbursement. So there is a fee reimbursement. So anyways, there are so many colleges, let's join there, let's enjoy for 4 years. Why? Because you are inspired from movies, or you are coming with the background that you'll get some software job with good package and you get an opportunity in the abroad. These are some reasons why people are joining in engineering. If you join with this intention, then you are obviously not industry ready. Why? Because your intentions towards engineering is not the proper way. See, when I was doing my engineering, I was also from first and second point or third point. So that is why I'm telling, because the future generation should not come and join engineering with these points in mind. If we are not keeping these points in mind, then we will understand what real engineering is. I have made a video, what are the types of streams available in engineering and why we have to do engineering. You can always check that video. Then the second important point, the quality of college you are joining. For the sake of joining engineering, you people are joining in colleges which doesn't have equipment, which doesn't have good facilities, which doesn't have good faculty. If you join in these type of engineering colleges, then how do you expect to get a good placement? How do you expect proficiency in the subject? Okay, so whenever you are joining, you should always look into the college. You can go to website, or you can always inquire with your seniors, or you can always inquire people who are studying in that college, so that you can get a glimpse of about that college. And then if you join, then you can participate in the activities. Otherwise you can have good facilities over there, so that the engineering thing will come into you. So this is very important point. You have to look into the quality of college and then only you join. Otherwise, you are not industry ready. Then the third thing, learning mechanisms throughout 4 years. Okay, this is actually the responsibility of the faculty and the responsibility of the student also. Faculty must keep this in mind. We should not teach the textbook. Okay, whatever is there in the textbook, yes, we have to teach it. That gives the basics for their understanding, but it is the responsibility of the faculty that outside textbook also we need to teach them. We need to give them industry examples. We need to show them more videos into the streams which we are teaching. Let us suppose I am teaching about electronics. Show them some videos about the electronics. If I am teaching about communications, show them some companies who are working in communications and what kind of work they are doing in communication. If I am working in civil or mechanical, show them the examples so that people or student will understand what's happening in the industry, and if I read these concepts, this will be helpful for me whenever I go out of engineering. So this is very important point. This is the responsibility of students as well as lecturers. Student also should not read for the sake of marks. If you get marks, who wants marks, So you want to have good knowledge about it, and if you have good knowledge, how to apply that knowledge in the real-time scenario is very, very important. Getting marks is not a criteria nowadays. Okay, and so many of them will complain that we are not understanding the concepts, or whatever is taught in the class, it's not enough for us. You have so many resources online. You go to YouTube's, you go to so many online platforms where whatever concept you take, there is online material available for it, and there are practice sessions which are given by those online platforms. If you listen to them, if you practice them, then you get to know everything. Okay, do that. Don't complain. This particular age, internet age, we have everything available online. Okay, don't depend on everyone and don't tell the statement we don't know or no one is teaching that. So it is students' responsibility to look into the online online platforms or textbooks. Go to your professors. If you're not understanding from your professors, always online platforms are there. Then be goal oriented. So many students, including myself, we missed it. So after coming to 4th year, we'll decide what to do. That is not correct, because this is competitive age. People who are in 2nd year, they are starting their own companies. People who are in 3rd year, they are developing their software packages. So this is not the age. After coming to 4th year, I'll decide whether to go for GATE or government jobs, or to do MTech, or to get a job. This is not the thing. After your 1st year, you get the basics of physics, chemistry, mathematics. These basics you get in the 1st year. In the 2nd year, you are introduced to your core concepts. After 2-1, you should come to a conclusion, like in which area you want to excel. If you have some goal, towards that you have to work. If you want to become a software engineer, what are the software tools which are used by the companies in the industry right now? Go and explore, you'll get to know, and then start working on those softwares. If you want to work on some hardware tools, you explore them online and you just start working on them. Why? Because if you have chosen the college properly, then the college has those tools. You can always work on those tools by including your seniors or by consulting with your professors. So be goal oriented from 2 itself. Why? Because once you understand, once you set, I want to become a software engineer, or if you want to become electronics engineer, you start working towards it. You work for 1 year, you'll understand that you can work in that area or not. Once you get knowledge about that you can work or not, then you can always shift in your 3rd year or 4th year to other option. So you'll have time when you set your goal in your 2-2. So these are the 4 important things, and these are the 4 things these are the mistakes which we are doing. That is why we are not industry ready. And then coming to this section, so projects and internships are very, very important for an engineer. Why? Because if you do projects, you'll understand how to work in a team, how to get a problem, how to give a solution to that problem, how to work in a team. And if you do an internship, You get to know what industry wants, what is the what problem industry is working, and how to solve that problem when you are in a professional background. So these are the two things which has to be done by an engineer whenever he is coming out from the college. Nowadays, these two things are not done properly. Projects, no one is taking care. Projects, like they're buying the projects, or otherwise they're just copying from somewhere and they're just submitting. And faculty is also not taking care of them properly. If faculty and students sit properly, good projects will come out. If you do the project properly, then why don't you be a industry ready product? Then internships. For the sake of internships, people are going somewhere, and for the sake of certificates, they are doing everything. Don't go behind certificates. Okay, certificates will not give you anything. If you practice, if you involve yourself into that project, if you involve yourself into that task, then only you'll understand about it, and then only you can create something out of it. Don't go behind certificates. So many institutes are giving certificates for internships. Don't go for it. Then when you are in college, or whenever some events are happening outside your college, like workshops and guest lectures, you go and attend. It's good, but you people are going for certificates. Even colleges and faculty don't encourage them to towards certificate. Encourage them towards learning the concepts. Workshops are very important. Guest lectures very important. Why? Because these are told by industry experts. They are working in the industry for many years. They come there for 3 days or 6 days or for 2 hours or 3 hours. They give their experience. You interact with them, get the contacts, and then work on it. Okay, workshops and guest lectures are not for certificates, and they are not for only confined period. 3 days means after 3 days you don't work on it. Whatever you have learned from those 3 days, you have to apply it, and then you have to work on it. Then only you can grab something and you can create something, and you can be industry ready. Many students, they are job oriented. I don't blame that, but if you participate in some competitions, project competitions or hackathons, then only you will understand. As I already mentioned, there are so many videos which I made on why to participate in hackathons. Whenever you participate in hackathons, it is that in a stipulated time with the help of group, how you are getting a problem and solving that problem. The competitions and hackathons will sharpen your creative skills, will sharpen your presentation skills, will sharpen your managerial skills. These are very important for an engineering student to get participated in competitions and hackathons. And then academic education, it is not sufficient. Getting 9 pointers or 90% is not important. Why? Because if you get 90% and people who got 60% get same kind of job, then what is the meaning? Okay, so academic education is not sufficient. You have to come out from your comfort zone. You have to come out from your textbook. Go and explore what's happening. If you take a topic, what is the significance of it in the industry? So these kind of learning has to get inculcated in you, so that you will be industry ready. So academic education will give you only basics. With the help of basics, you have to develop on it. Otherwise, after 4 years, you are settled for something which is not good. Then you have to have knowledge about the tools, softwares, relevant hardware which are there available in the market. So how do you get to know? If you participate in hackathons and competitions. Why? Because there, if you go and participate, people will tell you which software to be used for solving this kind of problem. If you do projects and internships properly, you'll get to know what industry is using for doing particular project. Okay, so you have to have a knowledge about these tools and softwares, and you have to practice them. Then only you will be industry ready. Then this is the statement given by big companies like Google, Facebook, Instagram. People are telling that we don't require any degree. If you have certification in some software tools, if you have good knowledge about the hardware tools which are available, then you are given job. You don't need certificate, or you don't need any percentage. Like in 1 or 2 years it will come. If you have a GitHub account, and if you develop something and if you put in GitHub, then people will look into it and they give you jobs. Okay, so this is what the trend coming out. Percentages are not important. Knowledge, tools, what industry requires. If you have knowledge about these, and participation in the internships, participation in the hackathons, that will give you immense knowledge about what industry requires, and you imbibe those requirements within you in these 4 years, so that whenever you go out, you are ready for the industry. Then become a job creator. India needs you. Why? Because If you seek jobs, you all know there are no there are little amount of jobs, and huge engineers are coming out from colleges. So always there is a problem. If you follow all these things, and if you are serious about all these things, then you can start your own startup and you can work towards it, so that you can provide jobs to the people who are working in that area. So these are very crucial points. This is not just made out. This is from personal experience, looking into the people, by counseling so many people, and by seeing so many students' situation. I made these points. Look at this video, think about this video, and become industry ready, so that India will have a good platform. India ranks well in the world. Thank you very much.